if you look at the rest of the world, and I worked in Paris, and I've worked in London, even Moscow, the region is what's thought about. If you said, I'm planning in London, you're talking about a little district called the city? Please. No. If you said, I'm doing planning in New York, Manhattan? No. Come on. Even Melbourne's better.
Yeah, agree. And Brisbane's better.
And Brisbane's a lot better.
Brisbane's a lot better.
And I helped write that plan.
Yeah. So on that basis, it was pretty controversial. I can't remember what year it was, but when we went through the local government amalgamations here, which were much more successful in Victoria than they were here, is that something that you think we should be trying again here?
I don't think so. I think we have the wrong thought. Here, you're taking planning away from local governments. In the other cities around the world, they never had it.
Right.
So we just say, keep your city. But the planning authority is the Greater Sydney Planning Authority, and people would go well with that.
Yeah. So you still have local government dealing with their other services and needs that they provide.
And that's exactly what's happening now. There are local planning groups that are for each city. I would have just one planning group for the entire city and local committees that would work with the larger committee. They wouldn't work in isolation. And they certainly wouldn't work one building at a time, which is just impossible for me to think about. They work on the area. And once the area is planned, in city, not to be mentioned, but close to where we're having this interview, they're bringing in another supermarket. Very contentious thing. But why weren't we thinking about how we want to plan the area and where supermarkets would be? And then there wouldn't be this fight, because the supermarket people would know where supermarkets are supposed to go.
Yeah.
And when new supermarkets came in, I'd have about 4 or 5 levels of housing that came along with them. So we'd all be a win-win. We lost the fight about the supermarket, but we didn't gain any additional housing. We didn't gain any additional circulation. We didn't gain any additional buses or services. We just lost the fight. Now, had this been a regional commission, they would have said to the firm, let's have the plans for all your stores. That's what we did in New York. So the football team said, we want a new ground. And they said, okay, there are 2 football teams. Will you 2 come together and tell us what your plans are? They ended up making 1 ground for both teams.
But that's collaboration.
It's not collaboration. In fact, it's quite tough planning, but it's all for the whole rather than the piece.
Yeah, okay.